I work on OutCasting because I don't see a lot of representation of LGBT youth in the media. The only time you see in mainstream media people talking about LGBT youth is because someone committed suicide. And OutCasting is sort of the antithesis to that. We're just talking about LGBT youth and their straight allies and their everyday lives. We're talking about their healthy teen relationships, unhealthy teen relationships, safe sex, bullying, just the kind of everyday problems that we face and the ways that LGBT youth can be normalized. So we're just another kind of minority group that have their own view on current events.
Working on OutCasting and at WDFH, really, has provided me with a really fun and creative outlet in which I can channel my passion for many different subjects regarding LGBT youth in a really positive and educational way, and in a way that everyone can use, and in a way that benefits not only me, but everyone who listens to the show and everyone who experiences the show.
To me, OutCasting is a way for me to both articulate the issues that I go through in my daily life as a queer young person, and as somebody who's going into the communications field, it kind of just molds the two together because I get to articulate problems that I have constructively and be able to really discuss them and dissect them to a larger audience instead of just being angry by myself. And also it's been a great way to meet new people and to talk to people that I wouldn't otherwise get to talk to, like California State Senator Mark Leno, and it's been a great opportunity, just all around. And I feel like going to college, I'll take a lot of what I've learned at OutCasting with me.
WDFH means a lot to me. I'm more confident as a person thanks to, being here all the time that I have. If you'd met me, I'd say, well, just before I started coming here and asked me to make a phone call, a business phone call, I would have said no. I would have just handed the phone off to the nearest adult and then tried to hide as much of me as I can until the phone call is over. And now I can call whoever I possibly want to and just not think anything of it. I can just do it. And that's kind of amazing.
My favorite part about working on OutCasting has definitely been meeting and getting to know the people that I've been working with. Because they've become some of my closest friends. I think we work really well together, and we all kind of know what's going on in each other's brains, which is always really nice. But we also have really different viewpoints on a lot of things. So that's always really good to have in a work environment.
Personally, OutCasting has affected me because I've been able to meet people who are like-minded and who are currently going through or have been going through situations that I've been in, such as coming out or things with relationships or things in school, or just educators who are kind of looking out for me and other queer youth and stuff like that. So I feel definitely just the sense of community has definitely been a huge part of OutCasting. And just being able to discuss things that I normally wouldn't be able to discuss on such a larger scale.
If you talked to me just a couple of months ago and asked me to, walk down a street, any street, and tell whoever I run into that I'm not attracted to females, I wouldn't have done it. Even if you offered me Mitt Romney's income, I wouldn't have done it. It would have been too scary for me. And now I can, publicly broadcast and talk about who I love to a potential audience of 400,000 people on the radio and whoever wants to listen online. The station really helps out in doing this because I have a grounds for talking about, you know, what's going on in the LGBT community, what people are going through, who's, you know, being discriminated against, who has a story to tell, who has something that they just have to say. I didn't really have grounds for that, not in such a public standing as I do now. And, you know, now that I can, you know, think about, you know, what's in the news and who do I personally want to have a discussion with, it's just, it helps out a lot with being confident in yourself, because if you're not, then, you know, how can you talk to so many people who have such a big standing in the world that we live in right now? And being able to just, you know, just talk about the fact that I'm gay without being scared about it anymore is just great.